Hello, my name is Morgan Hoffman and today I'm going to be showing you how to change a tire. The first step is to locate your materials. If you're driving on the road, make sure that you're able to pull over to a safe area and turn your hazard lights on. The materials you'll need for this are a jack, a lug wrench, and a spare tire. Another material that you may use but you won't need are wheel wedges. On the left, I've put two different types of jacks and two different types of lug wrenches so that you're able to identify them easier. If you're driving on the road, this is likely the one that you're going to encounter. Hydraulic jacks are usually the ones that are used in shops or maybe even at home. The second step would be to loosen your lug nuts. Now, when you're doing this, you're going to want to utilize the rule of righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. And this means that if you turn it to the right, it's going to get tighter, and if you turn it to the left, it's going to get looser. So when doing this, you're going to take your lug wrench and begin turning the lug nuts to the left in order to loosen them. And you want to be very careful not to fully loosen them because you won't be taking them off right now. You're just loosening them so that it's not difficult whenever the tire's in the air. And I included a picture of a lug nut right here, so that would also be easier to identify. Step 3 in this process is to lift your car. Now you're going to use the jack that we talked about earlier to do this, and you want to make sure that your e-brake is on so that you don't risk your car moving at all whenever you use the jack. This is also the point in which you could use the wheel wedge. So in your owner's manual, you can find your car's jack points. I included a picture of where it looks like in my manual, but everyone's car is different and everyone's owner manual is different, so it'll be best to check those or do a quick Google search. And to use the jack in your car, I'm talking about not the hydraulic one, the one that comes with your car. You're going to take your lug wrench and attach it to this lip, and you're going to keep turning it until your car, the bottom of your wheel, is off the ground. The next step is to remove your tire. So once your vehicle's off the ground, you're going to take your tire off, and well, first you're going to finish removing the lug nuts and then you're going to remove the tire. At this point, you're also going to take your hubcap off, and it's important to note about hubcaps that there are two different types. So there's bolt-on and there's snap-on. Bolt-on is what is screwed in, like the lug nuts hold it in place, and snap-on is held on by this metal ring as shown in the picture that I provided. Then once you've done that, you're going to go ahead and take your spare tire and put it on your car. And I know for me, it's difficult to hold the tire by itself, especially once you haven't tightened it. So you're going to put the tire on your car, and I balance it on my foot in order to keep it up. It kind of helps just like lift everything up until you've bolted everything on. So if you have bolt-on hubcaps, this is when you're going to put them on, and you're just going to put it over and line up the lug nuts with the holes, and you're just going to screw everything back in. So same thing, you're going to use lefty loosey, righty tighty to do this, and since you're putting them back on, you want to turn it to the right. And what's important about this step, like versus taking it off, is that you're going to be putting that back on in a star pattern. So you don't want to go in a circle, because then it's going to keep it from being balanced, and you want to keep your wheel on as best as possible. So doing it in this pattern will help with that. And then the last thing that you'll do is you'll lower your car. So the same way that you rose it, you're going to attach the lug wrench to the jack, turn it the opposite direction that you did to raise it, and then when the wheel's back on the ground, you can remove your jack and put your materials away, and you're done with that part of it. So after you've done all this, that means that you successfully changed your tire, and you should be, good to go. If you have any issues about it, this will at least get you far enough to get your tire checked out if you think you might have done something wrong. But this is extremely helpful in the case that you're on the road and you're by yourself and you're not really able to access help, or you won't have to pay for anyone to help you or anything like that. And then the last slide are my citations. My citations are my owner's manual because that's how I learned to change my own tire. And then I used 2 different articles to come up with the specific steps and like separating them into steps for you guys. So thank you.